Again, I don't know to what extent Tom talks about this stuff in his documentary because I didn't have 2 hours to watch it, right? We didn't do a live react to it. Anyway, so yeah, I issue the title of the documentary. I feel it's clickbait. I feel it's misrepresentative. If you wanted to call it 10 years of decline, 10 years of, you know, I don't know, on the downward slope. That makes sense. But failure? Failure is subjective. You can judge something as a failure. I don't think anything I've done is a failure. I'm still here. I'm still enjoying content. I'm still making a living. How is that failure? And by the way, I'm happier today than I've ever been. How is that failure? Right? Anyway. So I said these kind of things over the last week as people kind of asked me questions about the documentary during my streams. And again, I'm just answering on the fly off the cuff during my streams. I haven't seen this thing, okay? So apparently a few days ago, Turkey Tom, I guess, responded again and basically said, basically what happened was, I guess Tom had said on his content that he wanted to talk to me, like he wanted to do an interview because he was fascinated now with some of my responses and he wanted to like talk to me and do like a one-on-one deal. And I said, well, I'm not a hard guy to find. There's many ways you can contact me, right? You can email me, you can DM me on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. Among other ways, there's public ways to contact me. It's all over my YouTube page and everything. This is how you do it. So, Turkey Tom did DM me on Twitter, and we've had a back and forth over the course of the last week or so, okay? And essentially the discussion is this. I don't think he's going to have a problem with me talking about this publicly because it's very common conversation, no private info here. Basically, he first responded and said, so I want to have a conversation with you, but I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about the mobile game drama. I want to talk about the Lol Cow podcast and Keemstar. I want to talk about your history as a content creator. I want to talk about your community. I want to talk about the drama around you. I want to talk about all this stuff, okay? So we had a conversation, and after going back and forth many times about this, essentially, okay, the way that we narrowed it down was this. I said, first of all, I'm not going on any podcast. I'm not going on anything related to Keemstar. Everyone kind of knows my opinion on this guy at this point. I want nothing to do with this guy at all. All right? So if you want to talk, do a one-on-one conversation, that's fine. Anything you want to do, and it says, like, yeah, it would be like a one-on-one conversation, not a live stream. It would be like a show we do, a live video or whatever. Or not live video, excuse me, an on-demand video offline that he would then, upload after the fact. And I basically told him, I said, listen, if you're looking for me to essentially re-discuss all the drama stuff that I've already discussed on my content in the freaking Side Scrollers podcast earlier this year, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm done with that stuff. That was the whole point of me doing that Side Scrollers show. Get it out of the way. I talk about it. It's over. If you want my answers, you have them. I'm not going to change my answers because that's the truth. So either you watch that or you don't believe me or not. It doesn't matter. There's no point in re-asking me the same questions. You'll get the same answers 100 times. Okay? So basically I said, excuse me, if you want to talk about me, my content, my history as a YouTuber, right, stuff like that, my community, that's cool. But don't expect me to sit down with any attention to Keemstar and all that shit. Don't expect me to talk about fucking mobile games and dumb shit. I'm done with all of that. It's just behind me. I don't want to involve my community in drama anymore. And I explained that earlier this year with that Side Scrollers podcast, all right? Sadly, that was a situation where I decided to do it. I shouldn't have. It was against my better judgment. I did it anyway. I trusted them. And that was something that was very harmful to my community for months. My community told me for months after that, wow, that really sucks. Now we got nothing but toxic element all around you and your content. People constantly talking shit about you. It's messed up. You shouldn't have done it, right? And I regret it now, but it is what it is. It's out there. It's done. Thank God, right? And so why would I want to go back to that? Right? We're past that, right? So basically I said, it would have to be non-related to all that stuff. And he kind of agrees. All right, we don't have to talk about that. We can still have a one-on-one conversation about other stuff. Again, your content, your history, all this stuff. And I was like, all right, well, here's the deal. Allow me to talk to my community about it, right? Because I want feedback from them before I make a decision. Unlike what I did earlier this year, where I feel like I made a huge mistake, right? I went out and I did this interview, and it basically turned into a hate fest against me for several months. People People reveled in the drama and all the shit. They all got their jollies off. They all made tons of money from my watchers, right? And in the meantime, all my fans and viewers are bothered by a bunch of harassment online and toxic shit. Like, this is the opposite of what people want. Okay? So let me talk to my audience. Let me directly decide with my audience what we want to do, and I'll get back to you. Alright? So, as you guys know, alright, yesterday we talked about this on this very show. And, excuse me, simply proposing the idea to you guys, okay? I got interesting responses in the chat, alright? Some of the responses I got live were fascinating. Some people, alright, were completely on board. Wow, Phil, so you mean you're going to have an interview where you're not going to talk about all that bullshit drama, but instead actually just about you and your content? Well, this would be good for you. You'll have an opportunity to talk about yourself and what you stand for and your content and everything, and not have it misrepresented, because it's not going to have that drama element to it. Instead, it's going to be just discussion about more important things, right? And then some people were like, yeah, this will give you exposure. You know, Tricky Tom's audience likely doesn't know who you are, didn't know who you were until they watched this documentary. And now to actually have a conversation with you, to actually, you know, see who you are as a person, maybe some people would give it a shot and come over and watch your content, right? Give it a look. Good exposure, right? Others were staunchly against it. They're like, oh my God, Phil, are you out of your mind? After earlier this year, what happened? After you trusted people and you were basically treated like dirt, and then we had to go through that crap for 2-3 months until it finally calmed down in the early summertime or whatever. And why would you even think about possibly doing this again? Are you dumb? Right? Did you not learn your lesson the first time? People, I hate to say it, but after the side scrollers thing, there's sadly a chunk of my viewership, my audience, who feels like I will never be given a fair shake, ever, by anyone on the internet. That everyone has this underlying agenda, right? That people are, simply put, just trying to fool me, so that they'll get in a situation where then they can get personal benefit out of having interaction. Let's be honest, I am one of sought after people for an interview. Like this last year, I've had people offering me thousands of dollars for an interview, which I turned down. Okay? People want to talk to me, but I refuse, because I know that these people don't have my best interests of me or my community in mind, that they literally just want to pull me into a drama vortex for their own benefit, right? Where I say, more content they have put out on the internet that's toxic and negative about me, and it gives them money. So that's all it is, dude. They're trying to drive me into that crap, right? So, there's a lot to think about here, right? I asked you guys for feedback overnight. Let me tell you, I got more feedback than I bargained for. I got more feedback than I ever expected. I had people who I haven't talked to in a while who actually wrote me. Okay? I haven't spoken to you in years, but I just want to let you know, here's what I think about this situation with this interview with Turkey Tom. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. Tons of people left comments on the video. Thank you for that. Like I said, I got emails, I got messages, DMs about it from every corner of the internet. I was like, holy crap. Like, I thought I'd get like 10 people. I got like 100. It's wild, the amount of feedback that I got. Okay? And again, essentially, there's now 3 schools of thought on this. Alright? Number 1 is, any exposure is good exposure. It doesn't matter if you do this interview and you look good or you look bad. It doesn't matter if you do this interview and you actually talk about meaningful topics so people learn about you, or if Turkey Tom actually baits you into toxic stuff. Any exposure is good exposure for you right now. So, who cares if it's positive or negative, right? Just do it, okay? The other school of thought is absolutely don't do it, because the flip side of that is anything you do affects everybody. And right now, you've spent a year building up your audience, telling them you weren't going to involve yourself in drama, telling them that after the side scrollers that you learned, and you're not going to keep involving yourself in this kind of stuff. You did a good job this year. You stayed out of the drama with things like this Loud Cow podcast. People kept trying to get your go, threaten you, and get you to do something. You didn't do any of it, and that's a good thing. The you stayed out of it because you made the right decisions, right? So don't do it. No matter what, there is no positive spin on this. It's just going to be bad for you and everybody else. Okay? And then there's some people who, interestingly enough, are middle of the boat. They're not going off the one end or the other end. They're kind of like, well, here's the thing. It's kind of possibility for good or bad. Because if, hold on, because I'm stretching my back right now. If Turkey Tom is being honest, I know I look weird right now. I have back problems, so I got to keep the pressure back. If Turkey Tom is being honest, right? And if he is being transparent and he's being truthful, right? Then this interview would probably be pretty good, right? To actually have someone to sit down and talk about you and your history as a creator, what you stand for, and why you made the decisions you did, and stuff. And not bringing up nonsensical drama shit that everyone else has already covered. All their conspiracies that are constantly circulating, the same exact bullshit conspiracy information in the circle, constant, just keeps spinning, right? If that's the case, then it's actually could be good. But again, the question really is, and this is actually what I really most appreciate is people who use the analytical mind for it. They're like, the whole point of you granting an interview would be because you have something to talk about and you feel that it's going to be beneficial, right? What's the point of doing an interview if it doesn't help anything, right? And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Absolutely. If I have a point to get across, I have something I want to speak about, and I wanted to have an audience outside of just my own, because let's be honest, I'm talking to you guys right now live on the podcast. How many people are on the stream right now? I'm going to guess 575. There's more people on the podcast than I even suspect. Okay, well, in reality, my usual audience is around 300 people on the podcast. Okay? So me talking to you, this is like the preacher preaching to the choir, right? You guys are here every day. You like the stuff, you like me, you understand where I come from. You don't need me to tell you about what I stand for. You know I'm here, right? But for me to go to an outside podcast or an outside show and talk, that's different. That's exposure. That's giving me a venue to talk to people who don't sit here on this show every day and know who I am. They don't watch my gaming. They don't watch anything. And oh, wow, wait a minute. Someone stands for this kind of stuff is a little different from everybody else. That's interesting. That's fascinating, right? So, if there's a benefit for me to go and interview with someone like Tom and talk to his audience or whatever, then maybe it's worth it, right? But that's what I have to really analyze here. It's not a matter of, is it going to be overly positive or overly negative? Because if you want to know the truth, I don't think it would be either. I feel like there would be positive and negative. There's going to be times when he's going to talk about stuff that I've done wrong. Stuff that I probably should be called out for, right? Which I'm going to fess up. Yeah, I probably did call out. I'm a human. I made many mistakes in the 15 years I've been a YouTuber. I've had situations where I absolutely know I made the wrong decision. I treated people badly. I made bad business decisions for sure. And it hurt me. And then that rolls over to my audience. Because when you're someone who's crowdfunded, well, now guess who the responsibility goes on to keep me going? The viewer. Because I have no other source of income. And that's not fair, right? And that's happened many times over the years, right? So, yeah, there's rightfully things that he's going to easily call me out for and say, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you done this better, blah, blah, blah. But here's the other thing, too, all right? I can do that by myself. Like I just did. Did I not? Did I not literally just do that right now and say, yeah, it's wrong when I make bad choices and those choices result in negativity and that negativity hurts my business, and now that responsibility to keep the business going is on the viewers because I'm a crowdfunded guy. I just said it, right? Ultimately, I don't want it to be like that forever. But right now, that's just how it is, right? So this video might actually block, it might block my screen now. What the hell? I never thought of all the videos, right? Of all the videos to watch, I never would have thought that would be one to be playing. Just a guy, right? All I'll say is this, my reaction to that is, I will agree with the sentiment that sadly, in this day and age, all right, sadly, we're in a situation where absolutely people are all about themselves and don't really care about anyone else. Take a look at the United States of America and how polarized our politics are. It's either all the way one way or all the way the other way, and no one wants to work in the middle to actually help everybody. Okay? Take a look at what happened during COVID, right? It literally 100% was every person for themselves. Take care of yourself, figure it out for yourself, right? Some people did not want to care about or help others. They just didn't want their lives to be disturbed during COVID. They want things to continue the way that they were going to go, regardless if that means you get sick, others get sick, or whatever, right? It's like, it's just crazy during all these things we've seen. Or again, like someone just said, how about the people who essentially ran to stores and just mass bought everything? Well, at least I'm okay. I don't give a fuck if you need toilet paper. I bought all the toilet paper in the county. It's at my house in my garage. Who cares if you need it, right? Think about how messed up things are with people these days. It's true. I talked about it on my podcast this morning. There's an entire mentality of people on YouTube that they don't care who they believe, who they hurt, or what they have to do in order to get views and make money on YouTube. They just don't give a shit. As long as I'm benefiting from it and I have viewership and I'm okay and I'm making money, I don't care about who I have to hurt in order to get over, right? That is a shockingly scary thing about modern humanity. Because I don't feel like it used to be like that. I do feel like there used to be feelings of success, taking care of your fellow neighbor, your fellow man, your fellow person, right?
Oh, man.
And I think that's gone away. I don't know why it's gone away at all, but I feel like it has. I feel like we're becoming more of a society about us as the point rather than everything around you. You know, it's sad. Didn't they used to say that it takes like a whole community to raise a child, and now I don't even know if a child gets raised at all in any capacity, right? Because no one really cares about each other anymore. Right? So, I don't know, man. Like, it's true what that guy was saying. I fully understand where he's coming from. You know, this guy made a mistake, and the mistake sucks that he made the mistake of drugs or whatever. And now it seems like because he made that mistake in his life, that like again, never, he'll never be accepted back into society.
Oi,
You can't
bebê.
get a job, you can't get an apartment, you can't get
Tá
anything.
com saudade? Oh.
Right? Possession. So, yeah, it's fucked up. It really is fucked up. How our society works today. 100% only care about me, right? Alright, well guys, that is it for part 4. We got 2 more parts coming. I want to say thank you once again for watching. And pretty interesting, insightful stuff. Really dumb stuff this week too, but insightful stuff here. So I hope that you guys are enjoying, and I'll be back for part 5 shortly. Thanks for watching. See you then. Okay. So I don't have anything to shout out between this part. As I told you guys, I do shout outs for contributions between the parts. We got about an hour left, everybody. And I certainly hope that you guys will somehow support the stream if you can. We're 3 members away from my goal for this channel, and we're at $31 out of the $50 tips. If you like this content, please support it. You know, I would like to continue making this content. I do like doing it. I have a good time doing this every week. I hope that you guys like it. But if you haven't noticed, I've noticed that, yeah, some weeks it's pretty bad, pretty slow. And sadly, this month I haven't been able to do any additional content on this channel so far, because my illness and everything kind of held me back, which sucks, of course. But I will have a lot more later this week. I can tell you, later this week we're going to have Thanksgiving-themed stuff on Thanksgiving. There's going to be the Apocalypse coming up Friday, so there will be additional content, fun content coming up later on this week, alright? And I do like doing viewers to the internet, so if you can support it in some way, I would definitely appreciate it. Speaking of which, SMR Tat just did a 5-member bond for the channel, so congratulations to Demolition Daddy, Mint, Mr. Arcadia, Inkman, and Andy Young. Each just received a gifted membership, and then Big Mac actually renewed their membership. So with that, that's 6 more. So that means we're actually up to 103 members. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you for allowing me to hit my members goal for the week. And hopefully the new members will now nominate videos for next week's show, next Sunday, right? That thread should be going live later today. Okay, so we're gonna resume. Remind you, part 5, we do super member questions. We actually have super member questions. Derek, I have no idea. I don't know why you asked me. I didn't do anything differently. I think this video videos I have. I don't know why this is short.
I don't make it too hot.
Okay, so we're gonna resume. Well, before we resume, Big Mac just popped his membership notification. Says everyone watching, if able, just become a member. I mean, obviously, yeah, it supports the channel. You get to nominate the videos, so it's for everybody, right? Please consider it, everyone. I want to get the member questions open here. So give me a second here. Go to membership, and I open super member questions tab. Here it is. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to BSC, which is the Internet, episode 39 for November 19th, 2023. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, please consider becoming a member today. You nominate the videos for next week's show. This is the part of the show where I answer some super member questions. For those who don't know, there's 3 levels of membership on YouTube. If you're a super member or higher, I have some Q&A in part 5 every week where I answer a few random questions. It's usually a lightning round style, where if someone has a lot of questions, I'll try to answer them really fast. But in this case, we've got 2 questions this week. So let's jump into it. First question. With the rise of the global warming crisis and the left eco-extremists, isn't it ironic we have carbon footprint police who are on a overpopulation emergency crusade? Doesn't it sound like a genocidal statement, but don't want people to kill themselves to collect taxes? Is funding suicide prevention programs a based way to protest against liberals? And how do you feel about overpopulation?
So boring.
I think there are too many idiots in the world. Is it your honest opinion on your truth of the matter? God bless, onward and upward. All right. I'm not going to address 90% of that question because it's an insane amount of stuff that was said in it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'll be here for an hour, okay? If you want to talk about overpopulation, here's what I have to say about that. I used to live in a state called Connecticut, right? That was the east coast of the United States, way across the country, this direction. Okay, I have no idea what direction it's actually in real life, but I'm saying if you're looking at a map of the United States. I live in Washington State, which is up here, okay, northwest. I used to live in the northeast, which is Connecticut, okay? Connecticut has high population density, at least where I live. What does that mean? It means that there's a lot of people living in small areas. And so, for example, just to give you perspective here, on any given day, I want to go out and do something. I would jump in my car, and I would get to the corner, there'd be traffic. I would turn and wait. Traffic.
Doido, gato.
City streets up on the highway. Traffic. Everywhere. Every store you would go into, tons of people. You know, stores were always full. Everywhere you go. You want to go to a restaurant, you gotta wait. Too many people. Everywhere. Even fast food, you gotta wait in line. Anytime. There's no time you can go to a fast food restaurant and just jump right to the front of the line and buy food. You're always waiting. Why? Population density. Population density was so heavy in that part of the country. And then when I moved out here to Washington State 9 years ago, the population density out here is way less. I'm not saying that there's people out here.
No, gatinho.
Just driving around on a normal day, there's way less traffic. You can move around, you can do what you want to do. You can go in early morning hours, you can go to a store or whatever. You can just kind of be there almost by yourself. There's not insane amounts of people constantly in every area. Right? And you might argue, well, is it because of where you live? Well, I lived in the suburbs in Connecticut. It was considered a suburb of New York City. I lived in Connecticut. You drive within an hour to New York City. Right now, I live in the suburbs of Seattle. But right now, at any moment, I could jump in my car.
Boa noite a todos. Vamos para mais um dia de evento
So it's almost
ritual
the exact
contra um
situation.
jogador
They're
japonês.
kind of similar and equivalent. So no, I just think that
Ah,
out here, being that the way that the United States settled, more people landed on the East Coast first, populated it, and then started moving west, west, west. And the further west you go, you're going to have less population density. Although, there will be exceptions. Like you go to the LA area of California, that's insane, right? So the only thing that I can attest to is my own personal experience. I have absolutely no idea. I don't have statistics about the population. Is the world overpopulated? Is it not? I don't know. All I know is I'm living in Connecticut. I'm going to be honest, living in Connecticut fucking sucks. There's too many people. I don't like that. I like having space. I like having personal space. I like not having to wait to drive, somewhere that's 2 blocks away. There's so many goddamn people in the area. I don't like that at all, actually. I prefer to have more space to myself and things like that. And it seems like our world is becoming more and more populated, right? Unchecked reproduction to the point where these areas are happening more and more prominent. It doesn't really matter where you go, there's just more and more people everywhere. And one thing that we're going to find is that there's not infinite resources on this planet. I think we can all agree that, right? There's not unlimited anything on planet Earth. You can only go unchecked for a certain amount of time until things start to get scarce, right? How many natural resources are there on Earth for all of us to share before there's either so many people that we're destroying those natural resources through our action, or there's not enough to go around, right? So there will be a time where we will hit a limit, and we will have to say, can we continue to just run unchecked on this planet, or do we have to, for the good of everyone on Earth and the good of the planet itself, do something
oh,
what we do on this planet, right? But I don't know if we're at that time right now. I'm not a scientist. I don't have data in front of me. There's some people that say yes. There's some people that say no. There's some people that say we're massively overpopulated. We should be limiting what we do. We should be limiting the amount of kids we have. We should be limiting the amount of resources we have. The climate is changing. The seas are being polluted. The rainforests are going away. We're ruining Earth. And you got people like Elon Musk who say we just should be populating like rabbits. There aren't enough people out there for the amount of jobs that we need. Let's just keep fucking and pumping out babies and just keep tossing them into these jobs so that way we'll have enough people to fuel the economy, right? And it's like, who do you believe? I don't know. I certainly haven't had time to
course
be
not.
a busy guy with a wife and everything going on. I don't think that anything that I do would have much of an impact on it regardless. So sadly, I just don't know the answer to the question. I'm sure there are people way smarter than me, more educated than me, with more time than me, who look into this, who can answer the question more educated. I don't know why you even asked me that question. I'm just a streamer on YouTube. I'm not some fucking smart guy to have all the answers. Alright? So again, I only answer this question to the best of my ability. I don't know. That's my experience. Okay? Second question, and only other question that we get before reacting to the video. Is there any games from your childhood you'd like to see get a remaster or a remake? When you say games from my childhood, you have to understand that I'm most limited to games that I can use, and I can argue that I can 90 like that. So when I was a kid, I was playing Mario, I
Oxe.
was playing Pong, I was playing Mario arcade games, like Ninja Turtles arcade games and stuff like that. I want any of those games to come back to modern capacity. None of them work. How do you re-release a retro for a modern audience that they can't even care about? It's a retro game, it's named like a retro game. What do you do? Modernize it? So now you're actually open world, roaming on your own, jumping over tiny enemies, exploring. It's not just a 2D platformer anymore, right? Like, I don't know. My game, I'm old. I'm 41 years old. The games I played as a kid are young, everyone here is probably playing younger than me, and so you would never touch these games early on. Modern Digga. How do you make Digga the modern game? Right? If you remaster these games in a collection, like it just did have an Atari legacy collection a year or two ago, did it sell well? Unlikely. But those games have a nostalgia factor. For me, I would love the one day they can play these games. I would love to. But would I want to see those games fully restored as modern games played? I don't even know if they would work in any kind of a modern capacity. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, that's the Q&A. Now we'll move on. We're reacting. More standard member clips. That's
Que
it.
lindo.
Here we go. I don't know what this is. What I guess it's an opportunity for me to reshuffle the playlist, right? I didn't need to do that. Go back. Okay, so this is going to be a different order now than we were doing originally, which I guess is fine. We did an hour, now we kind of reshuffle. Alright, what is this? Metal Slug Green Desert Easy Cover. Alright, what is it? Nick says I tried to send a tip, it's not working. I'll check again. People have been tipping. Big tips. I just had one the last half hour. The question is, you say it's not working. That's what you mean. It is not loading for Chinese. Error.
Oh,
Certainly the original metals didn't have this quality. It was digitized in 1990 arcade games on Neo Geo. So it didn't have CD quality music at the time. But it had really good music for that kind of game. You might have had this kind of music. You heard enough? Oh, good. Then you can leave. Or listen to the rest of it. Because I like it. This is my kind of music, man. Which is the Metal Slug with the aliens? Because there actually is a Metal Slug where you stop fighting Nazis and you start fighting aliens. Pretty crazy. SMR captures that guitar would cost $1,700 new. Wow. Instruments, good instruments under the suit are pretty darn expensive. That was awesome. 100% amazing. Standing ovation for me, dude. That was super good. Super good. Loved it.
Arrow has skating in electric this Sunday as Taylor Swift is here. Before the kickoff, cheering on her man Travis Kelce. My God, is she beautiful.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to them. Not the Swifties. Don't say that. Oh no. Not again. Oh no. Why would you say that? Look what you did. Look what you did. no. Oh no! The Swifties.
You know how tight we are, Tay. Come on.
Mhm.
It's so creepy. It's like pretty cold, right? It's like they're all a hive mind. They're all one person. All her Swifties are so fucking brainwashed. That's the thing. That they all people like it. Everybody knows exactly what they're gonna say or do. That's fucking creepy as shit. This could be a horror movie. For sure. Oh my god.
Olha o carcaço de dormir, olha o carcaço de dormir, não. Você não tem vergonha, não, carcaço. Olha o bicho preguiça, parece um bicho preguiça.
It goes unnoticed until it's convenient for
Que
you.
é isso?
I can never love you because I can't stand the idea of you. Sorry, Taylor. I think we should break up.
Whoa, guys! Here she comes! Took his soul! So here they're playing, I don't know if that's a real song or not, but basically they're saying that's the song she would make. This is her history, is that she gets in a relationship, and then they break up and she makes a fucking song about it. And it becomes a hit song. So this would be her song about their relationship ending, right? But basically what it is, she makes the song and she swallows their fucking soul. Right? Wow. Wow. Okay then. That's her call. Bolt. Bolt of Swift.
There's already 12 times play.
By the way, did you see that? It said Meat Cane in response to the Taylor Swift hate. I guess the Swifties went and attacked it. Fuck them. Anyway, here we go. Oh, look what it is. It's LDR food. It's our guys making game review.
A day or two of you guys have actually recommended this stuff. This is a Laksa Lamian Prima Taste something or other. Noodles from Singapore, instant noodles, and they're premium and aromatic coconut soup. Unlike anything I've ever really had in instant noodle form, it's fantastic. These take a little longer to make. They're steam air dried. Check these things out. It's like an MRE or something. You've got A and B here.
Oh, A and
A
B.
is this really rich shrimp paste. It's kind of seafood kind of thing. You'll see very soon. Very oily. And then this is just the dry mix, the pre-mix, which is very coconutty, has like a milky thing going on, and yeah, with these you actually bring about 2 cups of water to a boil, and then put those in there first, then the noodles, and then instead of mixing it in a bowl like a lot of other things say to do, these you put them in first. Starting to get a boil. First goes the powder.
So it turns the water into like
And the shrimp paste.
raw.
Yeah, that's insane. It looks like carrot. It's really, really good. This is actually one of those soups that, on its own, this is fantastic. But of course, I'm going to add some flavor. Check these things out. This is it's a little thicker
Dry noodle.
than some of the others. And I love how it fits perfectly in my pot here. Oh yeah, I can already really smell the coconut, the shrimpiness, the oils, the turmeric, and other things it has going on here. It's just, this is a really cool soup. Alright, so we're going to let this go for about 7 minutes since it started to get a good boil going on. Speaking of shrimp, let's get real. Alright, that's some raw Carolina shrimp.
So, I mean, he bought the instinct, right? He bought the instinct, but now he's going to kick it up by adding fresh ingredients to the instant noodles to make it better. And is this what they all do over there? And you know, is this Singaporean? I wonder if this is a common practice. You make it a meal by adding actual fresh ingredients to it later, right?
Nossa, tudo lá. Só tem dragão branco. Pessoal.
Put on just a little bit of spice.
I don't know about Chinese spice shrimp. I don't know if that was spice.
That's looking good.
Spice.
Shrimp. We got some peanuts here I'm going to use, but they're a little too large.
Shrimp.
And with the minute left, we're going to finish with this hydroponic, I think it's butter lettuce or something?
That is butter lettuce.
And these leaves are going to shrink up a lot.
They call it like doing lettuce.
They're in there somewhere. Oh, yes. This stuff is so awesome. Dude, oh yeah. Okay, let's get some of this shrimp in here. Really augments that.
You made way too many shrimp. That's enough for like 3 people.
Taste going on. Go for just a little bit of cracked pepper in here because I feel like it. Also a bit of basil because it's good.
And
Not much.
you already
Just
got
sort
the
of
butter
sprinkle
lettuce in
over
there.
here.
You don't
Gotta top it off with
top
some smashed peanuts. They're so much better when they're freshly smashed.
That is, it's such a weird, what he just made is such a weird amalgamation dish. Peanuts are more common in Thai cuisine. And this is supposed to be Singaporean noodles with shrimp with Chinese spice. And then peanuts, which are Thai. So he just like smashed together the cuisines of 3 completely different Asian countries to make this bowl of ramen. I mean, but okay, it might taste good, I don't know. I've certainly never had that ramen.
Dude, this is smelling so good. I didn't even wait to put my glasses on. This is sublime stuff. Things you can make at home. Like, I am not exaggerating at all. Yeah, like I said, even on its own, this is a really good dish. But accent the shrimp flavor with more shrimp. Add the peanuts to give it sort of that Thai thing. Add a little bit of the lettucey stuff. And the basil, 5 spice, and the shrimp. It all works, man. That's what I'm saying. They remind me a little bit of those don noodles that I had a while back. They're a little thicker, a tiny bit chewier, even cooked for 7 minutes. Those delectable Carolina shrimp. These things are so good, man. Reminds me of childhood. I hope you're hungry.
It reminds me of childhood. I never had a shrimp when I was a kid. Pretty good. 6 years ago, this is old. These videos are all old, 6, 7 years ago, right? Yeah. But it's just a weird meal. And honestly, I mean, what did he really cook there? Was it instant noodles? And he fried up the shrimp quick, and that was about it. But, hey, it's a good home meal, I would say. That's a good way to make it, rather than just doing the instant noodle with nothing. You want to add some things that make it up. I find it weird to combine the cuisines of 3 different Asian countries. Might taste great. I don't know, again, really it for part 5 of DSP versus the Internet. We got one part left, everybody. So thank you for watching. Thank you for submitting the videos. I'd say good variety of stuff this week. Look forward to seeing what's in the final part, and we'll find out in a moment. But thanks a lot, and see you in the final part. Okay. Derek, yes, you know, Derek, that I don't really talk to the chat that much until between the parts. You know that, right? So, all right. Thank you, and thanks for your submissions. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. If you get spamming the chat trying to say goodbye, but I'm watching video. I'm not gonna stop to address that right now. I'll wait till the break. Okay. All right. No new shout outs to do. This is the final part of the show. Okay, and last chance if you guys wanted to contribute in some way. Thank you for allowing me to hit my members goal for the week. That's awesome of you. I would have been awesome if we could have hit the tips. It sucks that we need tier 1. If you wanted to contribute right now, I would say that would be the best way to do it. We need that tier 1 tips goal. That would be perfect. All right, but outside of that, it's been a great audience. It's been great, and we're continuing on right now. So now, here we go. Excuse me. Oh, great. I'm about to start the final part. I start coughing. I'm almost done with this cold. I have very few lingering symptoms. If you haven't noticed, I barely had to, blow my nose or anything today. And the nasal drip ain't that bad. But definitely, this sweet tickle in my throat every once in a while gets me a pain in the ass. Alright, ready? Let's continue. Alrighty, everyone. It is time for the finale of DSP versus the Internet, episode 39. For Sunday the 19th of November 2023. Special thanks to all the members who submitted these videos. And to the people who became new members today. Please remember you'll be able to submit videos shortly. Alright? Let's see the final videos for the week. And if you'd like to be someone to submit videos for next week's show, please become a member today. Let's go.
Its name can be a bit of a tongue twister. Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce. All of these pronunciations are similar, as are the endless ways to use this condiment. From boiling beef recipes and salad dressings, to joining tomato juice and vodka in a Bloody Mary.
I didn't even know it was in a place.
In the early 1800s, an English pervert in the county of Worcester hired 2 local chemists.
Did they just say an English pervert? Is that what he just said? An English pervert hired 2 local chemists? That's what I heard. Did I just hear?
Lambasted Lee and Slim Jekyll Parents. To duplicate sauce he had tasted while traveling on a train. The resulting concoction sucked ass.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's not real. The concoction sucked ass. It's a comedy video. Oh, okay. I totally thought it was real. It's a comedy video. All right.
Later, they
sucked
tasted
ass.
during a summer night and gave it another taste. Not surprisingly, the sauce still tasted awful. But thanks to the power of marketing and brand recognition, Worcester sauce is still consumed around the world.
Wow. So he's claiming it's terrible.
The specifics of the recipe are a secret, including these secret onions and spread out the process.
Secret onions? No, they're irritating. Let's see.
The onions are pickled in a secret liquid, which may secretly be used. Other barrels contain anchovies, because God has a baby.
Wow. Anchovies.
Additional ingredients to make Winchester sauce include salt, liquid, yucky liquid, very yucky liquid,
Oh my god.
even yuckier liquid, and barbecue pulled pork. Ooh. Workers pour the ingredients into gigantic blending tanks. As you can tell by their enthusiasm, the workers absolutely love this part of the process. They can fill the container and sink, and finally get to shovel blobs of fermented fish guts into a massive slop hole.
Delicious.
Ano dapat kakyo pamagkang ang kabirapan? Carburized barbecue? Fecha a tomada. Liga o ventilador. Eu gosto de...
So that they don't get sued. It's really stupid. You shouldn't be like that. But that's how YouTube works. Alright? Are we coming back now? Are we actually coming back now? We're back. You guys can hear me and see me. We continue. It's all good now? Alright, good. By the way, I skipped another video for those who live on the stream. There was another video that was like a branded YouTube channel, and I was afraid if we watched that, the same thing was gonna happen. So I skipped ahead. This looks like this guy's personal YouTube channel, so likely this will be more safe. Alright? Alright, here we go. I don't know who this is. I never heard of this guy.
What we'll be doing today, we'll be creating the largest plate of Thanksgiving food ever.
Really?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I will not be using my standard. These are pretty big dishes. These are like a standard dinner plate right here. Today we're gonna use this plate. I just bought it today.
That plate is to put like the whole turkey on and carve it. It's just like a serving plate.
This plate is single-handedly screwing up the white balance on my camera. What's up, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. So I've got this tradition on Thanksgiving where I eat a lot of food, and I'll hibernate for a couple hours, and then eat a little bit more. Everybody knows everybody eats a lot of food on Thanksgiving. So I spent my entire day today cooking up a traditional Thanksgiving feast. I roasted a 16-pound turkey, mashed up a ton of potatoes, uncanned some cranberry sauce with some gravy, casserole, some green beans. I even made a pumpkin pie from scratch. So
Yeah, right, you bought it.
Sitting in the kitchen right now, only thing that's left to do is plate it. Let's go get some food.
Everything looks pretty traditional to me.
First off, we're going for the mashed potatoes.
Potatoes.
Exactly.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, big scooping coming.
That's a lot of mashed potatoes.
Alright, now we're going for the turkey.
I'm a fan of potatoes, but not a fan of that much. I would eat that. You got the white, you got the breast. Yeah, that's the breast.
I think that's good for breast meat. I haven't even done dark meat yet. And then, of course, the turkey. Stuffed in. Oh, this stuffing is
That looks like stovetop stuffing, honestly, right? It looks like it's stuffing. It doesn't look like it's really homemade. Dark meat is the leg. Yep, the leg, the thigh.
oh my god, that's heavy.
That looks disgusting. So, I'm aware that a traditional food in the United States is these casseroles or whatever, right? But like that, I've never in my life had a green bean casserole. And nor would I want to eat one. You know what I mean? Like, that looks disgusting to me. That looks like pure cream and calories. That doesn't look appetizing. Like, that would probably taste gross, in my opinion. You know, I like green beans. I actually really like green beans. I wouldn't, that looks nasty. That's like a bunch of goo. Probably a bunch of fucking snot on your veggies. Who would want to eat that? Maybe I just haven't had one and I don't know that it's good. It looks gross. That looks disgusting.
Fresh cranberries picked from the backyard.
Oh yeah, fresh cranberries. You spelled sauce wrong.
Where am I gonna put this pumpkin pie?
Your stomach.
Alright, this plate is making progress. Look at this thing. Fucking heavy. There's a little mashed potato on top.
Oh my god, those are the mashed potatoes,
And
dude.
then not just one drumstick.
So, what do you think? That's about, that plate's probably about 5,000, maybe 6,000 calories, right? So that's enough for like 3 days of eating right there. Seriously. I mean, just a casserole alone with all that cream and shit is probably like 1,000 calories by itself. I'm being asked what was the traditional Thanksgiving when I was growing up with my parents. Definitely turkey. They would always roast the turkey, stuffing, and usually they would make like a stuffing in the turkey, some of the guts of the turkey, but also we'd have a side of like stovetop stuffing because not everyone liked the stuffing that had the guts of the turkey in it. We would have definitely cranberry sauce, and usually with the jelly kind, like he's having. We would have usually sweet potatoes. We wouldn't have regular mashed potatoes. We would usually have sweet potatoes, like mashed sweet potatoes with brown sugar and butter. That was a regular thing. Definitely like rolls with butter as well, like little rolls, dinner rolls with butter. Remember that? I don't recall ever having a casserole like that. I don't recall ever having regular mashed potatoes like that, honestly. I think we always did sweet potatoes. I'm just trying to remember if anything else stands out in my head, and I think that's about it. So, a little bit less than what he did, you know. Definitely no mashed potatoes, but sweet potatoes in place. No casserole. For dessert, we would usually have some kind of a pie, but it would vary. Yes, some years we'd have pumpkin, some years we'd have apple, some years we'd have a cherry. It was just some kind of a pie that we would share for dessert. So, yeah, I agree. Like, there's like no veggies. All he did was have the green bean casserole there. And, oh, carrots. There you go. I usually have some kind of carrot, like roasted carrots or something like that. Yeah, we would have carrots, like a side of carrots for dinner. We would have some kind of veggie like carrots or green beans, but it wouldn't be in a casserole. Right. I agree there. Alright. I think all he's gonna do is eat this, right? Like, all he does is eat the plate. Isn't he known as an eater, like a professional eater? Yeah, look. So he's gonna eat the whole plate. That's absolutely disgusting. I'm not watching that. We already saw, okay, so we've already seen these. See, what happened is, now, it went to random select, and it kind of went to, so we can skip by all these to get back to where we were earlier. Alright, let's skip through and get to where we were. Oh, here we were.
What is Tyrannos over? Had to help him up with just too many thoughts.
In the spring of 1999, the Family Learning Channel commissioned animator Don Hertzfeld to their network. My spoon is too big. My spoon is too big. My spoon is too big. I am a banana. Now I can't imagine why that was rejected.
Tuesday's coming. Did you bring your coat? I live in a giant bucket.
No, these were not really. These cannot be even submitted to a learning channel. This is just silly animation. This is not for real. No fucking way. Like, this is walking in. That's bullshit. Silly hats. Uh-oh. Dead game. Oh god, they beat the shit out of him. Look at that. Alright. Very nice.
You're watching the Family Learning Channel. And now, angry ticks fire out of my nipples. Say, do you want to go see a movie? I'm feeling fat and sassy.
Meanwhile, the Johnson & Mills Corporation approached Donna with a series of advertisements for their assorted home products. Upon Don's submittal of the finished commercials, the two were rejected outright. I'll watch a couple more, but we're not going to watch all of these. This is complete bullshit. That's not legit. Okay, let's continue. What's insane about this is that this literally was supposed to be like a Dance Dance Revolution game. Like people were supposed to be dancing on the floor to this. How would you possibly hit those that fast? Right? And since he smashes it and fails it, when he fails it, he's fine. So let's fast forward to there rather than right?
Look what I did. Fucking well. Looks like I'm retired.
Good morning. Whoops. It's raining. Hold on a minute. There. I thought I'd talk to you a little bit.
Now hold on a second. Guys, it's way too early for Santa Claus. We're not even past Thanksgiving yet. What are you doing? What kind of video is this?
Good morning about, oh, by the way, this is the new computer. It does all kinds of things, so I have to be careful. I'm not the sharpest tack in the box when it comes to this new equipment. You're talking to a guy or a guy speaking to you now that started driving a Model A car. I remember the first jet airplane and many first things. The Iceman delivering ice to an icebox, taking it off of a mule-drawn wagon. So, but I'd like to speak to you a little bit this morning about young people in particular, about accomplishing things. When I was young, as you know, I had a difficult childhood, but there's no excuse for people not being able to do what they want to do. You can do anything that you want to do. For example, as I've told you before, I lived in the back of an old car. I taught myself to read and write. So if you're young, don't give up. Don't say the world is just against me. That's not true. I taught myself to read and write. I've had 5 books published. I went to college, did a little bit of college.